west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. To about the 40-yard line.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Irving. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. And a 1st down.
Now Baker going to change it up.
The 47-yard line.
Kings! Pistol.
Mayfield to throw it. To the right side, catch made by Ibuka. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 1st down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Mayfield. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good 1st step.
And they'll run again, but he will go backwards as he stopped for a loss. Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal.
Point it right.
Down and goal to go.
To throw, Mayfield. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's now 4th down.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Buccaneers 3. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you want to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Once again, it's Irving. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 67 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
He'll try again. And he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jalen McMillan, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Buccaneers have regained the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Hurts to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. But I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Hurts changing up the play.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down.
A gain of 7. And an Eagle 1st down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His short throw caught by Goddard. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. After 1, 17-7 the score on EA Sports.
47-yard line.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
They'll
look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
Hey, Silver. Yeti. Crown left, Yeti. 73.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Here's second and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10. At the Buccaneers.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing again on second down. Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now third down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Mayfield. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. It's taken on the 25. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They'll look to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. Oh, good move. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
103 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
A gain of 13 yards. And
Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
First down. A gain of 21 yards. First down, Eagles.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Looking to throw. He's got Wilson, middle of the field.
And the Eagles are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
First and goal.
They'll drop to throw. Touchdown! Saquon Barkley. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Elliott good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half.
So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile we do have an injured player.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
First and 10 at the
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
180! Done!
Straight ahead, it's Irvin.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Pistol. 180!
A run up the middle with Irvin.
Escapes the defender. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Running the toss to Irvin.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a second and 1.
Brings up second and a yard.
They'll toss this out right for Vaughn.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Mayfield down. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
Jalen McMillan.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bucs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
17. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I had no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
63. No touch up. Yeti. Trummers. Hey. Hey, easy. 63. Pound that Yeti. 73. No.
Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Go Silver, ready? Alpha. Tiger Hornet. Delta.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Elliott on for the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Ties the game 24-24.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
A gain of 13 yards. And an Eagle first down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
One of the great coaches said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
It's third and
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he is caught. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 22-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
first and 10 at the 22-yard line.
A first down carry for Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Hurts going to move him around.
Up second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
On second and 11 now. Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing is Hurts. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 12-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 12-yard
From down
line.
at the 12, it's first and 10.
He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Elliott good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
They run out of the gun with Irvin. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
111 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a first and 10 here. Here's a handoff to Irvin. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
The tackle back just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Regular. What's that?
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. Third down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Mayfield to throw it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. There he goes, left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So call off the pick six.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
Running behind center with Vaughn. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
A shotgun handoff here to Irvin. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On the handoff, this is Irvin. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
180! Hey, alert, 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 alert! What's that?
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
That's good.
It's a pickup of 6. Third and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. A run with Irvin. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Jalen Carter in on that tackle. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
They'll stay on the ground with Irving. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Hey, alert 30, 180! What's up?
Throwing, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Mayfield and the troops staying out and going for it on fourth.
180!
They'll look to throw here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Buccaneers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Buccaneers first down.
What's up?
Irving is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the Eagles' 4-yard line.
180! Done!
Vaughn is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at him with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
4 yards on the pickup.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
No touchdown. No touchdown.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Going up top. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
63, 63. Down up, Yanni.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday night primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll bring a tight end in motion. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Good. No touchdown.
Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert taking it in. And the Eagles answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Elliott good with a PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Buccaneers 31.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now a 2nd and 10. A give running right is Vaughn. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 2.
No touch. No touch.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 128 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Eagles, 1st down. A gain of 7.
Great.
1st down, Eagles.
Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Up the middle with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Trimmer. Tiger Hornet. Hey, easy. 63, bad. Kyle up, get him. Out. Bad. Hey, 70, bad.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out when they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Point it right.
42-yard line.
Mayfield off the play fake. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the 1st down in the process.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Deuce Vaughn, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
38 all. Chase McLaughlin to kick off.
Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied 4th quarter as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Now a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
63. Delta.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
Here's a handoff to Vaughn.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Makes it 3rd and 14.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score.
This is 1st and 10.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
26-yard line.
Good, shot. 73. Hey, easy, 63, back.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Go Silver, right? Hey!
They're going to look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this down to the 35.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Great, set. On anyone, huh? Delta.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
On anyone, huh? Delta.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off.
And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to third down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Hey, Silver. Hey!
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here's 1st and 10. They start the drive with Vaughn. Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple. Here comes 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
Mayfield. That's caught by Durham. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
To Payne Durham. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
This offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Vaughn on the handoff. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
On the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Eagles' 28-yard line.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. He's hit on his one earlier attempt tonight, but this a little more pressure-packed for the win. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Are you kidding me?
How do you get that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Philadelphia, after the home loss, they rebound with a good road win to get back to 500.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week as they'll take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they'll drop to 0-2.